Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is Saturday. We are back. It's been a couple of weeks, so we're excited to have Sheila back. Unfortunately, we are coming back on September 11th. So, I did want to take a minute to just recognize that today is the 20th year anniversary. And, with all the division out there and all the separation and all of the angst and the fear that's going on with everything that's going on, if we can get back into that bit of compassion mode that we were in after that event, I think that that will be really beneficial for all of us to recognize that we are all together, that we are all, wanting the same things. Everyone wants to be happy and healthy and safe. And so I just want to take a 30 seconds and do a little bit of silence in memory of everyone that was a part of that day, that lost their lives that day, and that they are remembered. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So, Sheila, welcome back.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have people joining us. Lori, good morning, Lori and Christy and Joni. Joan's here. Hello, my dear Joan. I'm going to spend some time with Joan tomorrow, which I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Nice.
So I love being in the energy. And last night I was with my friend, dear Betty, came over for dinner and we did a bunch of stuff. And it's just the energy, and it's really important this time to be in the positive energy, right? With all these changes that we're having.
No, it's so true. And being very, honoring of what you need. Yesterday I unfortunately was part of a service to lay my own. It was a very unexpected passing, but it was beautiful, and I was able to spend some time with family in a way that I haven't been able to in a very long time. And, just feeling that connection. And unfortunately, why we were together really kind of brought us together, and you kind of put all your other stuff aside and just enjoy each other and enjoy. And I think that if we can really kind of embrace that kind of a feel, that if we can put the other stuff aside, and embrace each other right now, it's going to be so helpful with, the energy that's out there and how difficult things are right now. And the feel of the separation, the feel of the divide, the feel of the division that, there are certain, elements out there that are really trying to hammer that and keep us divided and keep us separate for their benefit. And in our own lives, family members keeping each other separate, friends, tribes keeping each other separate for whatever reason. And, if we can just be in compassion and accepting of everyone for, how they believe or what they want in their own life experience and just let them be. I think that, that is such a big, big, important part right now, just to love each other where you're at, however you feel about things, and just know that we're all doing the best that we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to hear from the people that are watching tonight. We just have Krista. Hello, Krista. And also Carmen. Welcome this morning. The changes that we're all going through is powerful, and they're also insightful, and just like, what Melissa's gone through, the funeral yesterday, and today I have a memorial for a friend too that getting ready to cross over. And it's like, what is important in your life? It is the challenges that you have had has made you the person that you are, and also given you the wisdom. And today it's important to sit in the remembrance, right? So when we talk about 9/11, sit in the remembrance of all that you've gone through and all the challenges that you've been through, and look at them as blessings. Because when you do that, you can look at the compassion from it, the compassion that you learn to give during all those challenges. And you keep growing through the challenges and obstacles. As I say, the challenges and obstacles, get out of the fear, so that it's not part of your story, so it doesn't get locked in your story. And those challenges sometimes are very fearful. But if we stay in the peace, stay in the balance, that's where it's really all about. And I loved it, Melissa, how you started with an open meditation, just a remembrance, a 30-second remembrance. And that's what we all can do every single day. Sit in the presence, and feel the change that's going inside you, which isn't it wonderful?
No,
Hello,
it is.
Darlene. Hello,
Yeah.
Darlene.
Good morning. No, it is because we're all going through it. Whatever challenges you're facing. Many people are having financial challenges, trying to find out where their next job is going to be, or where their next money making opportunity is going to appear. Some people are isolated, and they're fearful of when can I go out and be reconnected with my loved ones, or where am I going to find community and what I'm looking for. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a lot of fear out there. And, just watching my daughter navigate being a brand new mother, now the fear of everything that's going on around her really starting to affect her choices and decisions about, what she does and how she handles things. And the anxiety that that's creating within her is, very hard, to watch and to help her through. So I think this is such an important topic. And, Sheila, when you brought that to me this week, it was like, wow, that's just perfect. Because right now we are feeling it. And, it is 9/11. So we are, like you said, reflecting on where we've been in the last 20 years. And now we're in this another cycle of hardship and really having to overcome these challenges that, societally we're being brought, and that's impacting us individually. And it's everyone. It's not just a few of us. We're all in some way feeling challenged. So, I think that it is so important to recognize that staying in the compassion and staying very grounded in how you're feeling and recognizing how you're feeling. Actually, the blog that I was brought to this week was about distraction and how when things become overwhelming to us, it can be very easy to distract ourselves out of feeling what we're feeling. And for many of us, we're so used to pushing those emotions down and creating more trauma for ourselves because it's easier. It's what we resonate with because we've always pushed everything down. And bringing it up is hard. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. So let's just push it down with social media and push it down with distraction and push it down with getting in other people's dramas, whatever it is you do to distract yourself from feeling what it is you're feeling. And so I think it's so important to recognize that we have to feel what we're feeling because that's why we're here. We're here to be human.
And sometimes the challenge is you don't know what you're feeling. And I remember in early recovery, when I started to have to feel, I medicated for so many years with all different things besides alcohol and people and exercise and a whole bunch of other things that I had years ago, is that I did that so I didn't have to feel, and that was part of the challenges that I went through, because I didn't have to feel. And now it's like, slow down, be in the moment, feel the actual piece. But also, Melissa, the last 20 years, all the changes that have happened, and especially in the last year and a half, since COVID, the pandemic or whatever we talk about. But don't you see the difference? A lot of people are feeling the love. You hear about all the negativity, but let's really bring in the change of positivity and the blessings from it. And that's where the love and compassion comes in. You're absolutely right. And we can use that no matter where we are in our life, especially at this time of changes, lots of changes and new beginnings.
Yeah,
new beginnings.
Yeah, big new beginnings. And I think that's what's got people kind of taken aback because these new beginnings are not little. They're not easy. They're very much leap of faiths. Gotta get out of the comfort zone. Gotta do something really different. I was actually just talking yesterday with a friend of mine. Well, she's a sister of mine. And, she really wants to change her job. She's been in it 11 years. And because of everything that's going on, it's become very challenging with her decisions of her own choices. To be there, to stay there is becoming very challenging. And we talked about some other things that she could do to make money and to feel valued. And it was too big. It was too different. And so she's like, I'm going to stay where I am right now, but I'll get back to you on that. But it got her thinking. It got her thinking that she did have choices that she didn't think she had before. And I think that that's what's going on. People are really being pushed out of that complacency, and you're having to make a choice one way or the other. And some of it does feel very big because it's not going to allow you to just take a step. It's going to force you to take many steps at once, and it is going to be uncomfortable.
That's right. That's right. So I'm looking at some of um, the questions. All right. Absolutely, Christy. Message that crying was perfect. Talk about that. And I love that is because, matter of fact, we, serendipity and synchronicity and no coincidence. And matter of fact, before he talked Wednesday night about the challenges and changes, I already had that in my head about all the changes and challenges that I have been through. And I always love it how we are all in this consciousness field. This all is coming out at the same time. And we as humanity are going through huge changes. And, it's bringing us back to us, the divinity within inside ourselves. And that's what I love about what I do. Besides, being a healer and a metaphysical minister and counsel and helping others heal, teach them. I'm also about teaching about the divinity, the blessings, the power of being a divine being, that we have inside. And that's what it's all about, right? About standing in your divinity of who you are. And I love also being a host for Lemurian Sisterhood for 5 years now. So a lot of things are changing. So many things are changing in the world, but within us. In us. It changes within us. It starts with us. And this shift of consciousness has allowed us to take the time to be able to go within and live the divine life that we are, whether you're masculine or feminine, male or female, if you're a child. How do you deal with life? How do you relate to life? So I always go back to the divine part, the power that you have within.
Yeah, because that's where it is. Yeah, that's where it is. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's where it is. And, in writing this week, one of the things that came to me was like, no matter what we're going through, no matter how hard this is and whatever choice you make for yourself or your family or, whatever changes you make, you've won. You've won. Like, there's no wrong choice. If you're going with what you feel is right for you, you're winning. And so if you can just get in this place of gratitude for everything that you're going through and knowing that it's taking you to better, that no matter how hard and challenging it is, it's because you can't stay complacent where you are, that you're being taken to this next for you. And it is about your divinity and your magnificence, because there's no more playing small. There's no more complacency. There's no more just getting along and going along. That as a human collective, we're being challenged to do better. And it's because the past showed us when we didn't do better where we could end up. And we overcame that. We overcame that in this new energy. We've overcome the blockage of wanting to really destroy ourselves. And so now it's about just moving forward in a way where we've already won. And what you're being brought to is going within and really feeling, seeing, hearing, knowing what is for you. It's about getting into alignment. So I love how you're talking about getting into alignment with the collective, with like the energy, the matrix, you're being brought to the
healing. Healing. It's the healing. And Christy, you got it right. Focus on the healing. It's all about the healing of humanity. Where we were before, we learned so much from 9/11, but look how far we've come since 9/11. And it's all part of our healing process to continue our evolution as spiritual beings. Why are we here? It's not to fight each other and to have hate and anger and the negativity. It's about the love and the divinity and the power that we have inside to heal ourselves, and that's what we do. is we help others heal is because we heal ourselves. At the same time, I always say, and many people that know me, I always give it away to keep it. I give more than I receive. And that's what it's all about. That's your humanity walking, living your life as a powerful divine being. And that's what I love about the sisterhood is about being a shawl woman and about putting that energy out. And it's wonderful. It's healing humanity. Christy put up there. I like that. Yes, yes, absolutely, Christy.
As we heal ourselves and come into our greatness, we shift the energy and consciousness of humanity. And that's why we're here. I mean, honestly, if you're here with us, you're a light worker. And that's really to shine your light. So, yeah, and that's, sometimes and I think that this is when we get overwhelmed, when we feel like things in our own life aren't going well, when we feel like everything's against us or things aren't working out the way we want it to, or, we didn't get the piece of mail that we're looking for. We didn't get the phone call we're waiting on. The money didn't hit the account when it was supposed to. If you can just get quiet and be grateful for what is going right, those things will fall into place. And that is what the consciousness field is about knowing that you're in the flow and everything is coming to you when it's the right time and not trying to push against anything anymore. And, it's so important to know that you're in the right place, doing the right thing. And that positivity, that knowingness that everything is working out for you individually is actually putting that energy into the collective. And now it's all of us are feeling that everything is working out for us. So even though you feel like your little individual part doesn't matter, oh my gosh, it matters so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Would anybody else like to ask any questions this morning? I actually see Dorothy's on and Stephanie. I think Stephanie's been here before. Thank you. Hello, yes. Stephanie. Yes. And we have Mark Beverly. Hello, Mark. I think you're new. I don't remember. Or he's probably been on before, probably. Blessings to all humanity. Yes, absolutely. It is about humanity, isn't it?
It is. And I think that, sometimes we get so caught up in our own situation that we lose sight of the bigger picture. And sometimes we get so caught up in the bigger picture, we lose sight of our own selves. And I think that it's about stepping into that partnership with all of it. And, sometimes the best thing you can do is do nothing. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you really feel like too much is overwhelming, when you really feel like it's all not working out or things aren't falling into line or the conversation out in the ethers is too big for you to listen to, step back, get quiet, get outside, do nothing. My grandfather used to say this way before Nike coined it. Just do it. Even if it's wrong, do something. But it's about not doing anything is where the fear can come in, when you feel like you're stuck and you can't move because what you do is wrong. But that's okay. Because even if it's wrong, it's taking a step that's going to lead you to right.
You're absolutely right. And I always remember my mother-in-law years ago used to say, we'd go and we didn't know where we were going in the car and we just kept going. I said, but I'm going to get lost. And she said, as long as you keep going, you won't get lost. You're going to end up somewhere. You're going to end up somewhere. Right. And I apply that. It's like, a lot of times we make mistakes, and the key is not beating ourselves up if it's the wrong thing and look at it as an opportunity of gratitude. Oh, thank you. I learned a beautiful lesson. That doesn't work for me. And I try different, not harder, different. Yep. That's really what it is too with us as we heal. We heal from the things that, that were placed upon us, a lot of things and our own expectations. All right. And once we get quiet and go inside and connect with the divinity and ask, what do I need to do? And sometimes, you step in the wrong direction and you learn the lesson from it. And it's called wisdom, right? It's a big classroom of life here on earth. We're here to learn and to grow.
Yeah, and so many people get caught up in the I can't do it because it might be wrong, or I can't do it because I won't be good at it, or I won't do it because I won't be perfect, or I can't do it because I don't have all the information. No, just take the step. Just take the step. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be You don't have to be anything. You just have to be yourself, doing the best you can and making the steps that you're being brought to. And that's where the take one step comes in, and let spirit bring you the next step. Because if you stay stuck on that one step, how can you move up? And they can't bring you anything if you don't take a step. And
Yes.
so it's so important to not get so stuck and fearful that you don't move at all, and you just stagnate. You just,
You're stuck. That's the fear.
yeah.
And that's what I love what I do. It's like, and I've been there over and over and over again. And sometimes I still get there. And that's the key. And I'm human, and just because I do what I do doesn't mean I'm perfect. And yeah, Cynthia, it is wonderful to have you here, my dear. Wonderful. Yes. Get out of your head. Come from the light, be the divine, come from the heart. That's where the compassion is, the compassionate heart. And I want to bring something to people's attention. Today's being 9/11. Well, that was actually when it was proven that consciousness is energy and energy is compassion. And that was actually part of Heart Math Institute's testing, and also Princeton University, that actually proved that consciousness is energy. And it happened 9/11 when we had these geomagnetic machines in the earth that registered the frequency of the earth, actually 15 to 20 minutes before 9/11, before the towers were hit. And the frequency started going up. And I can explain that later. That's a lot of the teaching that I do. And then when the actual towers hit, for 2 days straight, the frequency of the energy field was so high, is because everybody was focused on the compassion and the love out there, and first of all, the horror, but also the compassion of what it, who are we? What are we doing here? This is crazy. But it helped the change that we're in now. It's helped the change. It's magnificent. And it is, Cynthia, I love, about shining the light. Shining the light. It is about your light. It's about, your divine inside, your divinity, and you go with inside to get it. Get it. All right. There you go. Yes. Okay. That's wonderful, Lori. Yeah. Lori put, I have always led with my heart and not made good choices. Pretty scary. Well, that is what you were taught. That is like, that's what we need to reprogram. And that's what I love about, when you live in your fear, you get locked in that old story. All right. And a lot of the times that the choices that you made came from what you were programmed to do or believe about yourself. All right. And then you get wrapped up in, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Those are the issues and the tissues that we talk about when we heal with IET and a whole bunch of other things. But it's getting out of that thinkingness of negativity and going into the positive thought of the light of that. Okay, I'm human. I made a mistake, and move on. And sometimes the old programmings just really take over in every area of your life. And that's what's great about, going back in, stepping back, going back in and ask, take that time to reflect. It's not working for me. What do I need to do? And then you have to take the responsibility. And a lot of times people don't want to because they want to play the blame game. Mm-hmm. We talk about that all the time, the blame game. Yeah, but it's really about free will and free choices. And what Cryan always talks about, it's about free will. And that's why we're here as humans, spiritual beings. It is being in the light, making the choices that best serves humanity. Mm-hmm. And as it serves you, as you change and help humanity, everybody wins. It's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah. And honestly, for the past, I think, week and a half, if you've been watching me on my daily message, the one message that just keeps resonating is retreat. I do think for many people, it is about getting quiet. It is about reflecting on where you've been, and then what choices and decisions you can make going forward that are going to be different. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are struggling with this whole idea of taking a leap of faith or doing something very outside of their comfort zone. And that's what you're being brought to. And that is what the challenges and the changes that are coming are all about. It's about getting into the consciousness field in a way that you really start living in alignment with your life purpose as to why you're here. And for many of you, you're just kind of figuring out what that is or what that looks like or what that feels like. And so it's beautiful and it's scary. And Sheila, you just really touched on something that's very hard for people. And that is to become self-aware, because you do have to start taking responsibilities for the choices and decisions that you've made that weren't so great. And for me, I know I personally had to overcome my own critical and judgmental nature. For many, many years, I was very critical and very judgmental of other people. They should be doing it the way I do it, and I know the way, and oh gosh, it was bad. And so, sometimes looking at ourselves is so hard and so scary. But if you can give yourself the love and compassion that you would give others, then doing it wouldn't be so hard or scary.
Yeah. Go ahead and put with Joan up. Yes.
Remember 9/12, the love, compassion we felt as a country with family, friends, neighbors, and strangers. We rocked that. Yes, Joan. And I just hope that maybe now that we're on the 20th anniversary and we're all having these remembrances, that we can bring some of that back now, because we need it more than ever. And to really help heal this divide that is out there right now. So yes, I love this. Nightline with Diane Sawyer was very good. Love and compassion was felt as she spoke with the surviving families. So yeah, whatever you need to do to kind of help you to get into that kind of feeling, especially if you're going through a situation right now where your own situation is so scary that it's hard to get into that love and compassion, listening to inspirational things, reading inspirational things, whatever you need to do to help you feel that is going to also help your own situation. Because remember, what you put out is what you get back. And if you can get into love and compassion, you'll start receiving that in a way that will be beneficial to you. So it's all gosh, guys, it's all the law, the law of attraction, the law of correspondence. It's all universal. So what you put out is what you get back. And if you can really believe and know that, and really start taking the steps to get into that, your life will change monumentally. And these challenges and changes that you're going through won't be so scary, won't be so terrifying.
That's right. And we're not alone. None of us are alone. And, we only have a few minutes here, and many things are changing in my life, and many things are moving forward, which I am very, very glad. And, the Lemurian Sisterhood I've been a part of for 5 years now, and Cryan and the team, and my whole evolvement has moved me in this direction. But the Lemurian Sisterhood, a lot of people don't know what it is. So that might be a topic that we might be talking about. What is a Lemurian Sisterhood, And it's about us, about that compassion and love as humanity. It's about balancing that humanity. And that's exactly the time that's here right now. So also with the Lemurian Sisterhood, it's going in a new direction. It's more of the shamanism. And I've talked about this about 6 months ago, about standing in your divinity abilities as a Shaw woman. What does that mean? So the women out there, it is for the women. All right. But remember, women rock the world, right? Women, women are really the very intuitive ones, and the family givers and the teachers and whatever. So humanity is starting to understand the gentleness that we need. So the sisterhood is about helping you learn how to live in your divineness as a woman every day and make a difference with humanity. So also you can find out about Lemurian Sisterhood on my website under the community Lemurian Sisterhood. And also you can learn about the shamanic teaching wheel that we have. And also the Lemurian teaching wheel, where we, which is also on that. But go to my site, go to the link for the shamanic teaching wheel. It's through Amber Wolf, who started Lemurian Sisterhood. It's a wonderful way for people to kind of understand, what does this mean? What is really going on with our divinity, and what can we do? What is the power as light workers, as human beings, and men are stepping up. Men are realizing the support and the divinity of women, and they're here to embrace us. They're changing too, just like us, and it's a melt. It's a melt of the energies, and so women are really, that's what we do. That's what we do, and makes all the changes. So check out the Lemurian Sisterhood. Go to my website and check out the shamanic teaching wheel. A lot of good things happening there. I'm going to have my Sacred Circle on Thursday, September 30th. So that's coming up too. So we'll talk more about that some other time, but look for the events on my website that's coming up.
And I just posted the events tab in the chat box for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so you guys go to there. And oh, good morning. And I'm going to get your name wrong, but I'm going to say Hatuki. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful, beautiful soul that I was she was referred to me. So welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So
Good morning.
for those of you that we didn't say good morning to, I think Sharon is here, Hatuki is here, Krista is here. All of you are here. Thank you. If you're here on the replay, please hashtag replay. Join your energy to our group and look for us Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. I have my class coming up on October 20th. There are seats available. There's only limited seating. So please, if you're thinking about it, all you need to do is go to my website, hit the classes tab, and you can, or the book online, and you can grab your seat for that. And that is getting into your intuition. That is working with spirit in a way that you can trust and really believe what you're receiving. So we do a lot of experiential work. This is not theory. This is you practicing and me guiding. So it's why there's only limited seating. So
Yeah.
we're going to work. We're going to work.
Yeah.
So looking forward to
and next week, I won't be on. Next week, I have my intensive workshop next week. So I won't be on. It'll be in the following week. And also, there's just become an opening. So there's one opening that just opened up, and we were filled. And now we have one opening. So if you want to grab that, grab it. Because I'm not having a class until the mid-November for the intensive, all 3 levels too. So check that out. But I will be here the week after. Absolutely.
So good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So good stuff. So if you want to get a hold of us, her website is in the description box. My website is in the description box. And we're here for you guys. So have a beautiful rest of your day. Please take a little time out to remember 20 years ago, the horrific event that happened that brought us into compassion and to live your magnificence. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Shine brightly, everybody. Bye-bye.